Guys, Otterpop here, and this is probably going to be the quickest reaction I could possibly make, but I felt like I absolutely had to make it for a couple of reasons. So I'm actually going to be reacting. This is the first time I'm ever reacting to any like teaser or trailer of anything. But the reason that I'm doing this, A, I'm super excited for it, and B, again, A, B, 1, 2, whatever, but B, to let you guys know that this is something I will be reacting to when it comes out, because it is a brand new animated series coming out that I'm sure some of you have heard of. At least those of you who know me well enough know that I love the content from I Am Wildcat. Basically, I do work Terrorizer as well as Vanoss Gaming. It was watching Vanoss Gaming's Minecraft videos that introduced me to not only him and his group, but like to the rest of the group, and even further out to other people that they play with as well. So I'm not a longtime fan, and I had heard of these guys, but I didn't really start watching a lot of their content until about a year and a half-ish ago, or something like that. But I am a big fan of their content, for sure. Like, heck, I've made a whole bunch of Terrorizer compilations, but I found out about this a few months back, how Vanoss, I'm just gonna say, Evan, Marcel, Brian, and Tyler are basically coming together for a brand new animated series that's starring the four of them. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it later, but for now, I don't care if it's only 30 seconds of a teaser trailer. I don't care, because I was super hyped. I didn't even realize that a trailer was out. I am super excited to watch this. I don't care that it's 30 seconds, and I'm just going to go right into it before I start talking about anything else. So if I get a little bit overly giddy, I apologize, but also I don't, so deal with it.
At the Energy Division, we do the knowing for you. You can play your part. So just keep working and playing. Just keep playing.
Oh?
Are you telling me we're powering the country with video games?
Yes! Evan! Oh my god! Coming soon! Oh my gosh! Yes! I'm so excited. Okay. So that wasn't as much as I thought it would be, but hold on. There will be a little bit more because of something I kind of started watching, but not quite. So yes, these four YouTubers of Terrorizer, Vanoss Gaming, basically I do work in I Am Wildcat, are teaming up for a new animated series called Alpha Betas. Now, again, I didn't even realize that a trailer was out, and there wasn't as much in that little trailer as I thought there would be, but hold on, because there's another place that I can look. Because initially, I was going to be watching, basically I do work's, his newest Among Us video or something like that, and I started watching it, and then as soon as I saw the art style, and as soon as I started hearing some narration, I'm like, wait a second, this has to do with alpha betas. So I immediately stopped it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to actually make a video out of this, because this is something I've been looking forward to for a really long time. So what I'm going to do is switch it over to Marcel's video, to his latest Among Us video, because then I might get just a little bit more, because I actually looked it up a little bit too. Vanoss Gaming posted a video, an Among Us video not too long ago that had the same intro, and I'm willing to bet that Brian and Tyler did the same thing. And again, it was the same, or it was the start of the same intro. I think it was the same intro sequence, but I'm willing to bet that they all did the exact same thing, and putting these trailers on their in front of either this one particular video or maybe a couple of future videos. I don't exactly know for sure, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to watch this intro and see what else I can get.
What I'm about to show you will change how you see the world.
Are you telling me we're powering the country with video games?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Oh my god. Wait, is it the same?
Can I have one?
What?
A cheese puff. Can I have
So
one?
have a cheese puff!
Sweet. Thanks, Allison.
That was Marcel's voice. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold up. I'm actually going to test out a theory. And we'll see if I'm right.
What I'm about to show you will change how you see the world.
I have a theory.
Are you telling me we're powering the country with video games?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Oh boy. Holy moly.
What's up, you Nazi bitch?
I was right! have the same initial intro sequence, but then when it switches over to like a sort of mini preview of what's to come, it changes based on whose video we're watching. So when I was watching Marcel's video, I saw a little bit of his character and his voice, and then I saw this, and it was a little bit of Evan's character. I didn't even hear. It didn't even fully sound like Evan, but holy crap, I gotta watch that again.
What's up, you Nazi bitch?
Okay. Now I definitely need to look for, Tyler and Brian's. Okay, if my theory is correct, they probably all uploaded these kinds of things at, like, the same time. So, like, new Among Us, thingamabobs.
What I'm about to show you will change how you see the world.
Okay, so this is...
Are you telling me
this is
we're
Tyler's.
powering the country with video
We're
games?
about to see it from
That's
Tyler's
exactly
perspective.
what I'm telling you.
Evan, Brian, Marcel.
Can you dig it?
Oh, this is so good! Holy shit! That is genius! That is so genius how they... Okay, no. I need to look for Brian's now.
Finally!
Oh,
It is
what?
time, ladies and gentlemen, after months and months of teasing and build-up,
Oh.
and about a year
Oh.
of hard blood, sweat, and tears of production, it is time to give you guys your first glance at the new animation, Alpha Betas, and my character in
Yes!
the show, Buck. Myself,
Yes!
Evan, Marcel, and Tyler teamed up and made our own studio, which is really cool. And then in
Wait, what?
partnership with 3 Black Dot and Starburns,
Wait,
the
they made their own
behind
studio?
Rick and Morty, and also the showrunners of Chris Bruno and David Lee were all working together to bring you this amazing show.
Ooh,
Alpha
behind
Betas,
Rick and
that
Morty,
I'm
did I know
so
that?
excited for you guys to finally check out. The pilot is going to be airing on Vanos Gaming YouTube channel. Okay, very soon. I can't give you any more information besides that. But
Very
what
soon.
you're going to do is you go over there when the pilot goes live, give it a like, comment on social media. Just
Oh, hell
hype it up
yes.
as much as possible. The more love
Hell
we get,
yes.
the better it does. It means we're
Oh
going to
my
be able
God.
to make a lot more episodes for you guys in the future.
Yes.
And to celebrate the very soon arrival of Alpha Betas, the Energy Division is doing a very special giveaway right now. If you want to win one of these limited edition, only 500 up for grabs, posters of the show, all you need to do is sign up to the Energy Division right now. Click the link at the top of my description. It'll keep you updated on
I might
any
just
news
do
about the
that.
show, and
I might just
you'll
do
be
that.
entered into the giveaway. So click that link, join
Oh.
the Energy Division, and hopefully you'll win one of the posters. I can't wait for you guys
Teaser.
to finally see the full trailer that's going to be releasing very soon.
Yes.
For now, please enjoy the sneak peek at our new show,
Yes!
Alpha Betas.
Sneak peek, that's what I was looking for. Oh my goodness! This is glorious!
You see the world.
Are you telling me we're powering the country with video games?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Now we're about to see it from Brian's perspective.
Get me out of this game now!
Yes! Oh my holy crap! That is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. So, okay, first off, I don't even know how I thought the idea was even possible, but the fact that they had their own individualized sneak peeks depending on the channel, and they would have individualized sneak peeks of specific characters that were based off of said channel, well, technically said individuals being Evan, Tyler, Brian, and Marcel. The fact that they were all individualized across the channels is freaking brilliant. I love that. That is the best thing ever. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I mean, I'm sure plenty of you probably know, Alpha Betas is basically a new animated series that apparently was created by the combined efforts of a couple of studios and some individuals, but namely 4 important YouTubers who I didn't even realize had banded together to make their own studio. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They decided to put something like this together. But as far as I know, the general premise of Alpha Betas is that there's like some kind of threat to the world and a government agency recruits 4 gamers, being the 4 individuals. Let's see if I can remember their names. Tyler is Tommy, Brian is Buck, Marcel is Mason. So Tyler is Tommy, Brian is Buck, Marcel is Mason, and Evan is Eddie. And so basically, as I understand the general premise of the show, sorry to backtrack a little bit yet again, but a secret government agency recruits 4 gamers to sort of go into a digital world to save the digital world. not digital world from Digimon, but like the digitized world, I guess you could say, while also preventing / saving the real life world from, digital things wreaking havoc. As far as I know, that's how I understand it. And holy crap, the hype for this is absolutely real. It is so freaking legit, and there is so much given to us, even in the littlest of sneak peeks. So I mean, it's given a little bit away in the teaser trailer about a government agency that is powering the world through gaming, which I'm not entirely sure how that correlates to what I know about the general premise of the show. There might be a slight correlation, or maybe there's like multiple like sort of missions or something for these freaking characters, but everything from every one of the characters' perspectives is telling. It's so freaking telling. And I mean, I've read a little bit about the personalities of these fictional characters. They sort of somewhat emulate the actual individuals, but obviously they're also fictional characters as well. It's a fictional animated series. I mean, obviously. I'm kind of going to work my way a little bit back from this point. But firstly, there is Brian's character Buck, who is shot in the leg, and he's just like, get me the frick out of this! And I'm, paraphrasing. But it's so telling about his character, because as far as I know, Brian's character doesn't give a shit about everything and is super quick to anger, even though he can be totally useful. Like, it's... oh my gosh, it's so... And Brian is kind of like that in real life. Like, he dishes out so much shit and is such a douche to his friends sometimes. But especially once some shit is dealt on him, he's just like, no. No. And I love that Buck's character completely emulates that in like the 5 seconds, maybe not even, that he's on screen for this particular teaser trailer. It's so good. So next we had Tyler's character, Tommy, who is like on a train or something, about to like, use a shovel to basically sever the neck off the conductor or something like that. And he looks like he's in some Western kind of clothing. He just screams like, "Can you dig it?" and then just shoots the shovel right into the train conductor's neck or something like that. It's a little bit reminiscent of Red Dead Redemption 2, which, I mean... I think Buck's outfit was also a little bit reminiscent of him having come from like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, like some kind of a cowboy western-esque game or something like that. But as far as I know, Tommy is a character from Alpha Betas who is like, I wouldn't say weak-minded, but maybe a little bit like more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of exactly the word I'm looking for, but as far as I know about his character, from what I've read in the past, he's kind of like the guy who tries to do everything, but kind of like fails at doing everything, but he apparently, Tyler, in his own words, described Tommy as, he being like the driver or something like that. He's goofy, getting into all kinds of trouble, and which almost seems kind of like Tyler's like actual personality, although Tyler's usually a little bit more forward and blunt about it. But again, that's why they're fictional characters. But clearly Tommy wanted to do something awesome by just sticking a shovel right in that guy's neck and decapitating him, or something like that. I don't know, but I guess in his tone of voice, the way that Tommy was saying that, you could tell that he wanted to do something really freaking awesome and cool, but he might not be the most confident character in the world. That's probably where some of the other characters come into play. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that his character is not capable of great things, but just that he might think he is a lot, but he might not succeed very often. But it's really cool to see. Whose character was next? I think it was Eddie's next. So Evan's character Eddie just came bursting in you know, saying, "What's up, Nazi bitch?" And honestly, and again, initially listening to it, it almost didn't fully sound like Evan. Like, I heard it a couple more times and I'm like, oh no, that sounds like Evan, but it's just like, it doesn't sound like the usual type of Evan that I listen to, but maybe that's not a bad thing, because he is trying to put on an acting voice a little bit, even though that's kind of how him and his friends actually work in real life. But he just breaks down a door with his foot and is like, you know, calling some guy Nazi bitch in, like, I think it's a Call of Duty Modern Warfare-esque type game, and he's got a flamethrower on him, and he seems like a wild card. Like, his character in general just seems like such a freaking wild card, but he also seems super confident at the same time, which is, I mean, kind of how Evan does act from time to time. But from what I also remember too, I think Eddie is like the de facto leader of the four, which kind of makes sense. Vanoss does have the most number of subscribers. B, they're often referred to, like, the general group is often referred to as the Vanoss crew. There are many reasons that, you know, his character might be seen as the de facto leader. Not the leader, but kind of, you know, the sort of surrogate leader, I guess you could say. But yeah, he definitely seems like the kind of wild card, but him as both a wild card and a leader could be a really interesting combination, especially in the kinds of games that he could be, you know, playing or saving the world from or whatnot. And then we got the one that started it all, Marcel's character Mason. I don't know why I had such trouble trying to even think of his name in the first place, but I digress. So, like, Mason automatically, like, you know, he seems like such a freaking goofball of a character. He seems like the jokester of the group in some way, shape, or form, which, I mean, I feel like Tommy would be a little bit too, but I feel like Mason would be in his own way, because he was just at like the control desk with a couple of other people. He just, you know, asking, "Hey, can I have a cheese puff? Can I have a cheese puff?" Like, he's like humorous, but in a very chill way, I feel like, is what Mason's character is. And the fact that the other three were in game modes, like whether it was Western or Call of Duty-esque or something like that, but then Mason rather, is in the control desk, makes me wonder if maybe his character is going to take a little bit more of a backseat in terms of going into the game realm, or maybe not. Maybe they just wanted to diversify it. I could just be overthinking it, but he's definitely got a very chill kind of humor based on this one quick little scene. And obviously, as soon as I heard Mason, I'm like, oh, I can absolutely hear Marcel. Like, it was really easy to hear Marcel, Brian, and Tyler in their characters. It was a little bit trickier at first to hear Evan, even though I knew it was him, because at this point, I've seen enough of, like, you know, teasers and sort of like, you know, teasers and information for these characters, you know, who they were amalgamations of. So I mean, I'd seen enough, and I knew exactly who every one of the characters were, but it was still really cool that I could easily identify three of them, and the other, I was like, wait a minute, hold up, I gotta listen to that again. Okay, yeah, that does sound like it. So, oh my word. And of course, these four YouTubers released these sneak peeks on the exact same day, and I wager probably like right around the same time. They probably like synchronized, you know, when they would all release, you know, to build up the hype, and I don't blame them. Like, I don't even know how I thought it possible, but as soon as I saw the little scene with Marcel's character Mason, I'm like, wait, are they unique for every one of the other individuals as well? And I was right, and it was freaking great. It was so good. The animation and the cartoon style of this already is, like, you know, getting me intrigued, because it seems simple, but I can already tell, like, you know, we've seen, you know, Marcel being ridiculous. We've seen Brian shot in the leg and asking to get him out of this freaking game. We've, you know, seen Evan call somebody a Nazi bitch, and Tyler decapitating a Western train conductor with a shovel. So obviously this isn't going to be a usual cartoon. It's going to be more like, you know, like adult-related content. Probably not quite crazy like South Park or Rick and Morty say, but it's definitely going to have a very unique taste and style, but here's the thing, is that they could absolutely get so much hype for this, because we're talking about 4 YouTubers with a combination of 40 plus million subscribers between all 4 of them. It's absolutely insane. Like, Evan has like 25 million. I think Tyler has like 7 million or something like that. I think I know Terrorizer has a little over 3 million, and I think Marcel has, I want to say 6 or 7 million, something like that. Point is, these guys have got millions of subscribers between the 4 of them, so they would absolutely be able to build up hype for something like this. It's part of the reason why they even made this to begin with. They made this such a big project, and like, they probably had sort of kept it secret for a really long time too. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And here's the biggest thing too, the reason that this could mark a huge milestone, I guess. I don't know what kind of milestone or for what, you know, person or industry or whatever, but this is a huge milestone. Actually, now that I think about it, for the entertainment industry, because normally, you know, you come up with a cartoon or a live action show or a sitcom or whatever you come up with, you get all kinds of actors and you do all these auditions. This is the first time that a major animated show marketing product is guest starring, well, not guest starring, it's featuring, the 4 main characters are YouTube gamers. That is a huge freaking deal. That means a lot. And that's honestly one of the biggest reasons that I got super hyped for this. I mean, not only do I love Evan, Marcel, Tyler, and Brian, along with many of their friends as well, but the fact that I both love them, and this is a huge milestone for the entertainment industry, and I think this could absolutely be successful. I would be all for it. And these 4, like, acting out these kinds of characters in this way, this could be one of the best things to happen in 2021. I know that it just started, and I know I'm probably, you know, shooting for the stars here, but you know what? I don't care, because I stand behind what I said. This could be really, really good. So, I actually ended up reacting to a lot more than I initially thought, but good on me for actually using my brain. But I am super excited for this. So part of it is I really wanted to, but I also wanted to let everybody else know that this was a series that I was interested in and that I plan on reacting to. Whether I actually react to it and put it on my channel, which might not end up happening, believe it or not, or whether or not I will like have the reaction elsewhere and maybe have a review for it afterwards, it doesn't matter. Because I'm reacting to this. I don't care what anybody says. This is something I desperately want to react to because I've been hyped for this for months now. And I am not going to let that hype go to waste. This is something that has excited me for a long time, and I cannot wait to see what it has to offer. I have no idea how many episodes are going to be made. I mean, I know that a pilot, obviously. Thanks to Brian's video. Thanks, Brian. Thank you so much, Terrorizer, for putting all this information together in the original block of your video, or in the initial block of your video. I'm glad I actually watched through it, and then I watched the sneak peek. But this is exciting. And I cannot wait to get into it, but I'm gonna calm down now. I'm gonna stop gushing over it. I should really get to editing this video as soon as possible so that I can release it as soon as possible to let you guys know how hyped I am for this, because I'm really, really excited. And I hope you guys are too. Like, seriously, if you guys are not subscribed to any of these 4 subscribers, or you're not subscribed to Alpha Betas, do it. Just do it right now. Just subscribe to all 5 of those channels if you haven't already, because this is going to happen, this needs to happen, and this is going to be awesome when it happens. So, I'm going to give myself a timeout, stop myself right there, because I'm going to have to save anything more on this. I imagine the next time I make any more content on Alpha Betas is going to be for the pilot episode, which gets released on Evan's channel, whenever that may come. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and seriously, subscribe to those 5 channels. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Do it. Do it right now. As usual though, until the next video guys, check you laters.